This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Wednesday, August 2nd, 2023. I'm Alex Brown. West Lafayette-based Independence Science is partnering with an Oregon company to develop an educational tool for blind or low-vision STEM students. Michael Hingson says the prototype will be designed to provide access to information on mobile devices.
Most people are using more portable devices to gain access to information. And our job is to make sure there is appropriate technology and apps built into the phone so that we can get that same information.
The company says its goal is to remove barriers for blind or low vision students and professionals. Indianapolis-based Marathon Health, which provides primary care clinics in 43 states to help them control medical costs, is acquiring Missouri-based Cerner Workforce Health Solutions. The move will add about 300,000 members to Marathon's network for an instant membership growth of about 32%. Financial terms of the deal are not being disclosed. Elkhart-based Thor Industries has named new leadership at several of its operating companies. Ryan Jude will lead as president of KZ Recreational Vehicles in Shipshawana, while Kyle Kwanzi will be president at Heartland RV in Elkhart. Additionally, Goshen-based Dutchman RV, a division of Keystone RV, will be led by Keystone president Jeff Runnels. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
For 25 years, we've had the honor of telling the story of Indiana business. More than 1,300 shows, 8,000 interviews. We've traveled from Valparaiso to Versailles, Fort Wayne to Fort Branch, and everywhere in between. And we are just getting started. Our team is passionate about Indiana business because your story is worth telling. Join us every week as we travel the state to bring you Indiana's story. Inside Indiana Business, 25 years and counting.
Indiana Congresswoman Erin Houchin introduced legislation Tuesday requiring workforce development funds to be directed to programs with a proven track record for success. IIB's Kate Sharon has more.
Houchin's bill is called the Prioritizing Evidence for Workforce Development Act and mirrors legislation introduced in the Senate earlier this year by Senator Mike Braun. The Congresswoman said government too often throws money at programs without connecting it to outcomes. She says the legislation introduced this week will help change the approach of the current Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, enacted in 2014, and focuses on re-engaging the 10 million American adults who are not participating in the workforce. Houchin cited the Goodwill Excel Center in Clarksville as an example of workforce programs done right. The Congresswoman visited the Excel Center in April and highlighted its work in the House Education and Workforce Committee the month after. The bill is co-sponsored by Indiana Representative Larry Bucshon, as well as Representatives Lisa McClain of Michigan, Mary Miller of Illinois, John James of Michigan, Aaron Bean of Florida, and Mike Lawler of New York. Kate Sharon, Inside Indiana Business, Radio.
Merrillville-based utility NIPSCO is the subject of a lawsuit filed by New York-based natural gas provider Bolt Energy Services. In its complaint, Bolt alleges that NIPSCO terminated an agreement for Bolt to participate in NIPSCO's Choice program without cause, claiming the move would cost the company millions of dollars in lost profit. The company is seeking a preliminary injunction to prevent NIPSCO from terminating the agreement, as well as undisclosed damages. NIPSCO declined to comment on the litigation. Indianapolis-based not-for-profit The Villages of Indiana is using a more than $1.6 million grant from the Lilly Endowment to support the mothers of what it says will be an increasing number of newborns in Indiana. The Family and Child Services Agency says it will create a new statewide mother-centered adoption program by 2025. CEO Shannon Schumacher.
Many more women are going to find themselves unexpectedly pregnant and are going to try to figure out what the best options are for her. So we will have a private adoption program that will be up and ready and focused on having parents that want to adopt a newborn ready to go. But we often know that women who reach out to give information about adoption don't complete the adoption plan. So they don't follow through with adoption and end up keeping the child. So we will have a whole host of services to wrap around that mother if she does raise the child on her own.
Schumacher said the goal is to have a pilot program in place in Evansville by the end of this year and have it available statewide by 2025. Pacers Sports and Entertainment Vice President Danny Lopez is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand.